So by far we have learned two kinds of Sandhi of tones. The first one is third tone Sandhi. In Chinese we say 三声变调. So what's the rules for a third tone Sandhi? So I believe you remember the rules of third tone Sandhi, right? So the rules of third tone Sandhi is like this. So if one third tone syllable, okay, followed by another third tone syllable, so the first third tone syllable change to second tone, right? So like in this case, 你 and 好, they are both third tone syllables, right? So if 你 is followed by 好, so the original tone of 你 is the third tone, right? Then it changed to second tone. So in practice, we pronounce as 你好 instead of 你好, right? So this is the Sandhi of third tones. And we have other examples. Please read together for these examples. So the first line is that when we are writing Pinyin, so we always write its original tone, okay? And the second line indicates its actual pronunciation, okay? So let's read together. 法语美好雨伞好久. Okay, so this is the third tone Sandhi. In Chinese, we say 三声变调. And then we learn the other Sandhi of tones, which is the Sandhi of bu, right? So the meaning of bu in Chinese is not. So bu is a negative adverb. So we place bu before a verb to make it a negative form of a verb. Bu, okay? So what's the rules of the Sandhi of bu? So please first try to answer by yourself, okay? The rules of Sandhi of bu. So if bu is pronounced alone, right? So bu is a fourth tone syllable, right? Bu is a fourth tone syllable. And if bu is placed before a third tone, second tone, and third tone syllable, there's no change in tones, okay? So like in these cases, we pronounce as 不吃不来不好 but before a third tone, a fourth tone syllable, okay? If bu is put before a fourth tone syllable, there is change in tones. So the fourth tone of bu is changed into second tone. Okay, so like the last one, we say 不去. So this is just the rules of Sandhi of bu. Okay. So if bu is put before a first tone, second tone, and third tone syllable, there's no change in tones. So we pronounce the tone as its original tone, a fourth tone syllable, okay? But if bu is put before a fourth tone syllable, there's a change in tones. So the fourth tone of bu is changed into second tone. So this is just the Sandhi of bu, okay? The Sandhi of bu. In Chinese, we say 不的变调. Okay, 不的变调. Okay, let's see the other examples. So similarly, the first line is when we are writing in Pinyin, so we always write its original tone. And the second tone indicates its actual reading. Okay, so like 不听不行不晓, and the last one actually pronounced as 不是. So this is Sandhi of bu. Okay, and today in lesson 6, we will learn a new phonetics knowledge about the Sandhi of tones. So which is the Sandhi of E. The Sandhi of E. So the meaning of E in Chinese is 1. Okay, so E is a number. Okay, E is a number. And this is the Chinese character for E, right? And E means 1. E means 1. Okay, so if E is read alone, like when we are counting numbers, like 1, 2, 3, Okay, when I'm counting numbers in Chinese. So E in this case is read alone. So E is pronounced as the first tone syllable. Okay, so by itself, so E is a first tone syllable. So we say E, right? E. But if E is put before a first tone, second tone, and third tone syllable, so there is change in tones. So E, if put before a first tone, second tone, and third tone syllable, so the tones of E is changed to fourth tone syllable. Okay, so please pay attention. Right, so this is the first part of Sandhi of tones. So if E is put before a first tone, second tone, and the third tone syllable, the original tone of E is changed to a fourth tone syllable. Okay, and the second part of the Sandhi of E, if E is put before a fourth tone syllable, so the tone of E is changed into second tone. Okay, so compared to the Sandhi of Bu, so even E is put before a first tone, second tone, and fourth tone syllable, there is also changing in tones. Okay, so this is the a more complicated part than the Sandhi of Bu. Okay, so please pay attention. They are both changing tones when E is put before a first tone, second tone, third tone, and put before a fourth tone syllable. Okay, so let me repeat the rules of the Sandhi of E. So if E is put before a first tone, second tone, and the third tone syllable, so the tone of E is changed into a fourth tone syllable. And if E is put before a fourth tone syllable, the tone of E is changed into second tone. Okay, so let us see some other examples. Okay, so these are some other examples. So please read these examples. So this is the Pinyin we are writing Pinyin. So this is the first tone. Okay, first tone, second tone, third tone, and fourth tone. Okay, so we are writing in Pinyin. So similar to the Sandhi of third tone and the Sandhi of Bu. So we always write its original tone. Okay, so this is the writing rules. So there's no changing in tones when we're writing in Pinyin. But when we read in practice, so we read as its its actual tones in reading. Okay. So like in these examples, let's read together. So this is an E put before our first tone syllable. So this is a Jin. This is a Jin. And the E is put before a second tone, Tai. And the third one is Zhong. And the last one is Ge. Okay, so this is a Ge. We learned Ge as a most common used measure word. Okay, and the Ge, its original tone of Ge is a fourth tone syllable. But in spoken Chinese, we always pronounce Ge as a neutral tone. Okay, but never mind. Even in spoken Chinese, we pronounce Ge as a neutral tone, but the original tone of Ge is a fourth tone syllable, right? So when E is put before Ge, so there's also changing in tones. Okay, so let us read together for these examples. Okay, please read 一斤、一台、一种、一个。Read again, or just read the first tone for this pinyin. There's a missing of tones. Okay, please read together. 一斤、一台、一种、一个。Okay, so this is just the Sandhi of tones, the Sandhi of E. So compared to the Sandhi of Bu, so the Sandhi of E is a little bit more complicated because in both before the first tone, second tone, and third tone, and the fourth tone, there is like both changing in tones for this E. Okay, so before first tone, second tone, and third tone, E is changed into the fourth tone syllable. Okay, and before a fourth tone syllable, E is changed into second tone syllable. Okay, and now let's do some phonetics exercises. Okay, on textbook page 50. So please open the textbook and turn to page 50. Let's do some phonetic exercises. So first, let's see the part 3. Okay. So add tone marks to the following E. So this is just we learned the Sandhi of E here, right? The Sandhi of E. So according to the rules of the Sandhi of E, I think you can add tones for this E syllable, right? So how to add this one? So bei, right? Bei is a first tone syllable. So how to read this E actually? So it's like 一杯咖啡 is a fourth tone, right? 一杯咖啡. And this one, 不, so 不 is a fourth tone syllable. So how to add tones for this E? So we add as 一部手机 second tone, right? 一部手机. And the third one, 个, as we said just now. So even if in spoken Chinese, 个 is read as a neutral tone, like in this case, but 个 it's a fourth tone syllable, right? So 一 before 个 is changed into second tone. So this one like 一个老师. And next one, 本, right? Third tone. So changed into fourth tone. 一本词典. And 台 second tone. So in this case, 一 is also changed into fourth tone syllable. 一台电脑. And 瓶, right? Second tone. So 一瓶啤酒. And this one, 金, first tone. So 一 is changed into fourth tone. 一斤苹果. And 张, also first tone. 一张光盘. And last one, also 金, first tone. So 一斤草莓. Okay. So please now listen to the recording and repeat.
3. 给下面的一标上声调。一杯咖啡，一本词典，一斤苹果，一部手机，一台电脑，一张光盘，一个老师，一瓶啤酒，一斤草莓。
Okay, so this is the Sandhi of E. Okay, and now let's come back to the first part. Listen and read the following syllables. So here is just a review about the two groups of Pinyin, like 鸡, qi, xi, right? 鸡, qi, xi. And then 知, chi, shi, right? And also there's a comparison between si and xi. Okay, so maybe these are some groups when we like to mix them up. Okay, so 鸡, qi, xi, 鸡, qi, xi. So we use the surface of the tongue. And 知, chi, shi, also shi, we use the tip of the tongue to against a certain part of the mouth to make the sound. Okay, so don't mix them up. Now please listen to the recording and try to repeat with the recording. So for the first group, 鸡 and 知, second group, qi and 吃, and third group, xi and shi, and last one, si and xi. Okay, now please begin.
第6课，香蕉多少钱一斤？第一部分，学习语音。语音练习。
1. 听读下面的音节：鸡、知、减值、涨价、整洁、针灸、七、吃、球场、汽车、潮气、除去、稀、湿、相识、销售、欣赏、伤心、 思息，散心，私下，缩小，习俗。
Okay, so here is the review about 机器西 and 支持诗. Okay, let's make a pause here.